This is the moment when the dawn breaks and the curtain goes up on a new act in our great national drama.
Now that the UK has formally left the European Union, it's free to strike new trade deals with other countries, and officials in both the UK and the US are talking up the prospect of a new transatlantic trade agreement.
I think you'll stare at this day and this year as we look in the rearview mirror 5 or 10 years from now, and you will see the enormous benefits that accrue to both of our nations as a result of this.
But despite the much vaunted special relationship, reaching a US-UK trade deal isn't as simple as it sounds.
I think in recent years, it's not been an easy period between London and Washington, as it has been a difficult period between the United States and its European counterparts in general.
Garrett Martin is the co-director of the Transatlantic Policy Center at American University.
Arguably, Donald Trump and his administration have tried to weaponize trade. They've tried to make connection between trade and other elements of the partnership.
The Trump administration has reportedly threatened to level tariffs against UK auto imports on at least 2 separate occasions over the country's positions on digital tax laws and Iran's nuclear program. And there are plenty of other issues that could prompt trade retaliation as well. The UK's recent decision to allow Chinese tech firm Huawei to construct part of the country's new 5G network drew sharp rebukes from the US. Also, the UK can't make too many trade promises to the US until it sorts out what its future relationship with the EU will be like. EU countries count for just under half of the UK's trade, but better access to the bloc comes with more binding rules and regulations.
If they diverge too much from the EU to conform to American practices, that will facilitate the trade agreement with the US, but it will affect trade access to the EU single market. So the UK is very much caught between a rock and a hard place.
Trade negotiations will have a lot of thorny ground to cover. Pharmaceuticals and food safety are 2 potential hot-button issues for those talks. But government officials are still outwardly optimistic that they can strike a deal.
Of course there's going to be difficult issues. The British negotiators are going to be rigorous and robust. We know that the Americans are. But I think we should go into this with some optimism, some ambition, and some can-do spirit. And I do think a deal can be done.